Alright, welcome back to the CI/CD tutorial. We recently went ahead and tried to clean up our code to make it drier a little bit. If we go ahead and look back at what we just did, you can see we added this build template here, which is a hidden job, and then we went ahead and extended it. So let's go ahead and talk about stages, because clearly, if you look at this, we have this hello world stage, this hello world job, which isn't necessarily going to want to be in parallel with the build jobs that we have. So we want to group things a little bit more. So opening up the stage part. So looks like we started correctly. So to understand the reference, just remember that when we have a colon, that allows us to figure out what we talk about. So what I have here, we're going to talk about this global parameter called colon stages and the extended per job parameter colon job colon stage. So this allows us to group up parallel jobs and allows us to sort of start defining this directed acyclic graph, also called a DAG. So what we want to do though, however, is we want to let's check out what that default stage name is, right? So you can see here, if we go back to the merge request, the pipelines tab, we can see that this check mark is part of the test stage. So it looks like if we don't specify a stage at all, the default stage that GitLab will choose is test. This test stage will have all of these jobs in it. So what we want to do instead is, let's see here. We want to define a greeting stage and a build stage. So we want to add a colon stages variable all the way at the top. And we're going to define a greeting stage and a build stage. And what did I mention? The key will be under colon job colon stage. So that means that we can go ahead and update this hello world to be run in the greeting stage. And then we can also update the hidden job that we have here to be on the build stage. This will update the build skim and build skim latest correctly. So let's go ahead and make those changes. Let's just double check that we've staged the right changes. Looks like there's only additions, which is good. And we're gonna go ahead and do add stages. Greeting and build. Alright, so now that we've pushed things up, I'll just open this up again on the side so that we know what this looks like. I'm going to go back to the pipelines here in the merge request. And I see now that there's 2 circles instead of 1. So it looks like there's a test stage here. And now there's a greeting stage, which only has hello world. And then there's a build stage, which has the build skim job and the build skim latest job. Now, if I click this little square icon on the left, or this pipeline here, both of these will open up the pipeline specifically. You can see that it actually shows this little graph here of the jobs and the stages at the same time to visualize what's happening. And this shows you that the greeting stage will run first before the build stage does. And once the hello world job has passed, and the greeting stage has finished all of its jobs, then the build stage can go on, and we're starting to see the things pass. And hopefully this all makes sense and this is something that you've been able to get. And that's entirely it for this entire section. I will point out that if you look at the GitLab docs here, the GitLab docs have a nice thing about how all the stages work in terms of the parallel and serial execution if we want to know more details about how it actually works. But you just learned how to make some jobs run in parallel and some jobs run in serial. And stages allow you to help define these job dependencies, which we will explore more in a later section.